The audio file arrived at 2:14 a.m. No subject line, no message. Just a waveform. Thin, blue, trembling like a pulse that didn't want to live. I sat at the kitchen table where we used to plan vacations. The house was quiet in that surgical way, the kind that amplifies your breathing until it sounds like guilt. I pressed play. At first, nothing but fabric moving, a zipper, a laugh that didn't belong to the woman I married. Then her voice, light, breathless, careless, not the voice she used with me. That one had weight, obligation, hisab. I didn't flinch. I didn't swear. I didn't stop the file. I watched the seconds crawl forward. While my mind did something strange, something disciplined, it stepped back, took notes, filed emotions into drawers labeled later. Someone knocked in the background of the recording. A door opened. A man spoke her name like it was already his. I lowered the volume. Outside, dawn began its slow bleed through the curtains. The day didn't know yet that my marriage had already ended. "It's for my career," she had said. She said it standing in our bedroom, suitcase open, dresses folded too carefully. Seattle. A dance workshop. 3 days. Networking, growth. She needed $300 cash. "Just in case," she smiled. I handed it to her. "Have fun." I meant it. At the time. But something had been wrong weeks before that. Micro fractures in routine. Her phone never left her side. Showers grew longer. Laughter moved away from me like a sound source drifting down a hallway. I told myself it was ambition, reinvention, people change. But my body knew before my mind caught up. That tightness behind the ribs, that instinct that whispers when words lie. So I hired someone, not out of rage, out of curiosity. The PI was efficient, quiet. He didn't ask why, just where and when. Seattle. Hotel. 3rd floor. When she came back, she kissed my cheek and smelled like unfamiliar soap. She talked too much, over-explained. I nodded, listened, filed more notes. That night, she slept instantly. I didn't. I became a better husband while she was betraying me. More attentive, more calm. I cooked. I smiled. I asked about choreography like it mattered. Inside, I built a timeline. Phone records showed gaps, windows of silence where messages should have lived. Credit card receipts told a different story than her mouth. Room service for 2. Wine I don't drink. Still no confrontation. Confrontation is for people who want answers. I wanted certainty. The PI sent photos next. Blurry, respectful, a hand on her back, an elevator mirror. Her face turned toward someone who wasn't me. I studied her expressions like a language I was relearning. The way her eyes softened. The way her shoulders dropped. She never looked like that at home. I replayed memories, hunting for the moment she left before she left. I found it in a sentence from months ago. "You don't really see me anymore." I had heard it. I just hadn't translated it. The audio was last. The final piece. Proof without visuals. Sound has a way of bypassing denial. I waited 3 days before listening again. Preparation is a form of mercy. This time I listened all the way through. No romance, no poetry. Just logistics. Desire stripped of illusion. He asked when she'd tell me. She laughed. She said my name like a chore. Something in me went still. Not broken, not angry. Finished. That evening, I poured 2 glasses of water and sat across from her at the table. I slid my phone forward. Pressed play. I watched her face instead of the screen. Shock arrived first, then calculation. Then tears, late, unconvincing, weaponized. She reached for me. I didn't move. "It's not what you think," she said. I nodded. "You're right." That confused her. I handed her a folder, photos, receipts, a transcript. Her hands shook. Mine didn't. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I informed. I told her the joint account was closed, the lease transferred, her name removed from everything that mattered. I told her the $300 was the last gift she'd ever received from me. She begged then. Real begging. Promises poured out like cheap wine. I listened the way you listen to rain when you're already indoors. She asked where she would go. I smiled, just a little. "Seattle," I said. "You seemed happy there." Later that night, I posted photos. Nothing cruel. Just a view, mountains, glass, silence. My villa in Switzerland, a life she thought was shared. My phone rang. Once, 10 times. 71. I didn't answer. What? I left before dawn. No note, no drama, just absence. On the flight, I realized something simple and terrifying. Betrayal doesn't hurt because it's violent. It hurts because it's lazy, because someone chooses the easy lie over the hard truth. I felt no triumph, no grief, only clarity. She wanted a stage. I gave her an exit. And when I think of her now, I don't feel hate. I feel nothing, which is how I know I won.